For decades, the idea sounded ridiculous. Aliens visiting Earth. Millions of years ago? It was a concept pushed to the edges of science, buried in conspiracy forums, dismissed by academics, and treated like late-night entertainment rather than serious investigation. But in recent years, something strange has happened. Data has started to appear. Not stories, not myths. Measurable physical anomalies that don't fit neatly into our understanding of history. And the more we look back, the less certain our timeline becomes. Because modern humans, according to conventional science, have existed for roughly 300,000 years. Civilization, as we understand it, cities, writing, agriculture, emerged around 10,000 to 12,000 years ago. Before that, we were hunters, gatherers, toolmakers, primitive. But what happens when physical evidence appears in layers of rock that are millions of years old, suggesting advanced machining, artificial geometry, or unexplained technology? It starts with something called the Klerksdorp Spheres. Discovered in South African mines, these metallic-looking spheres were found embedded in 3-billion-year-old pyrophyllite rock formations. Not on the surface, not in loose sediment, but inside solid rock that formed when multicellular life did not yet exist on Earth. Some of these spheres are perfectly round. Others contain parallel grooves running across their equators, straight, evenly spaced lines that look machined. Geologists argue they are natural concretions, but even among natural formations, symmetry at that scale is extremely rare. The spheres range between 0.5 to 10 centimeters in diameter and are composed primarily of hematite and wollastonite. One of the strangest features is that they appear to have formed in environments where pressure and temperature conditions would not normally produce such regular geometry. Perfect symmetry, inside rock that formed billions of years before humans existed. Then there's the London hammer. In 1934, a couple hiking near London, Texas, discovered what looked like an ordinary rock with a piece of wood sticking out of it. When they cracked it open, they found a partially fossilized hammer encased in a limestone concretion. The surrounding rock has been dated to over 100 million years old, formed during the Cretaceous period. The hammerhead is composed of 96.6% iron with traces of chlorine and sulfur, a composition unusually resistant to corrosion. In fact, parts of the metal show less rust than modern tools left exposed for only decades. The wooden handle is partially coalified, indicating significant age. Mainstream geology suggests the concretion could have formed around a more recent object. But that raises another question. How did a modern hammer become embedded inside ancient sedimentary rock layers that take millions of years to form? And it's not alone. In 1991, a geode discovered in the Coso Mountains of California revealed something even more puzzling. Inside the rock was an object resembling a spark plug, complete with a ceramic insulator and metallic core. X-rays showed what appeared to be a central shaft, surrounded by layered material, strongly resembling engineered construction. Geodes typically form over hundreds of thousands of years. So how did an apparently manufactured object end up inside one? Now consider fossilized footprints. In 1968, near the Paluxy River in Texas, tracks were discovered that appeared distinctly human, complete with visible toes and heel impressions. These footprints were found in the same limestone strata as dinosaur tracks, dated to around 113 million years ago. Some scientists argue the tracks are eroded dinosaur prints. Others note the stride length and pressure distribution appear consistent with bipedal locomotion. Similar findings have emerged in Laetoli, Tanzania, where footprints dated to 3.6 million years ago show evidence of upright walking long before Homo sapiens appeared. But here's where it becomes harder to dismiss. In 2002, Russian geologists reported finding microscopic spiral-shaped objects embedded in 300-million-year-old sediment layers in the Ural Mountains. Measuring less than a millimeter in size, these structures were composed of tungsten and molybdenum, metals with melting points exceeding 2,600 degrees Celsius. Natural processes do not typically produce tightly coiled metal spirals. Manufacturing tungsten components requires advanced metallurgy and extremely high temperatures. Even today, tungsten is used in aerospace and electronics due to its durability and heat resistance. So how did tungsten microstructures end up inside rock that formed before the age of dinosaurs? And then there are the so-called out-of-place artifacts, or OOP arts. In 1844, quarry workers in Scotland discovered an iron nail embedded in a block of Devonian sandstone estimated to be over 350 million years old. In 1889, a metallic cube was found in coal deposits in Austria, displaying sharp edges and uniform surfaces inconsistent with natural formation. Coal itself forms over millions of years from compressed plant matter, meaning whatever is found inside it must be at least as old as the coal seam itself. Mainstream explanations often suggest contamination or hoaxes. But across continents and decades, similar discoveries continue to emerge. Advanced-looking objects inside ancient geological formations that predate humanity by millions of years. Isolated cases can be dismissed. Patterns are harder to ignore. Ancient structures also raise questions. The precision of megalithic sites like Baalbek in Lebanon, where stone blocks weighing over 800 tons were moved and placed with millimeter accuracy, challenges assumptions about ancient engineering capabilities. Some of these stones exceed the weight of modern cargo aircraft and would require immense logistical coordination to transport, even with today's technology. Similarly, in Peru, the polygonal masonry of Sacsayhuaman features stones cut and fitted so precisely that not even a razor blade can slide between them. The angles are irregular, yet they interlock perfectly, suggesting advanced planning or tools not yet identified. Even more curious is the vitrification found in certain ancient fortresses across Scotland and Europe, where stone walls appear to have been melted by intense heat, fusing rock together as though exposed to temperatures exceeding 1,000 degrees Celsius. Such heat cannot be easily produced by wood fires. Some researchers have proposed lightning strikes or ritual burning. Others suggest intentional vitrification using unknown methods. And then there's the Antikythera mechanism. Recovered from a shipwreck off the coast of Greece, this device dates to around 100 BCE and contains at least 30 interlocking bronze gears capable of predicting astronomical positions with remarkable accuracy. Often described as the world's first analog computer, its complexity was not matched again for over 1,000 years. Technology appearing out of sequence. Precision engineering emerging in an era we consider primitive. Individually, each anomaly has a possible explanation: a geological coincidence, a misinterpretation, a hoax. But collectively, they form a pattern of technological artifacts appearing in time periods where no known civilization possessed the capability to create them. So the question becomes uncomfortable. If intelligent beings existed on Earth before recorded history, where did they come from? And if they didn't originate here, how did they arrive? There is, as yet, no definitive proof of extraterrestrial visitation millions of years ago. But there is data that challenges our assumptions about when and how advanced technology first appeared on this planet. Sometimes, history is not rewritten by what we discover, but by what we can no longer explain.